and you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Welcome. This is Headlines Now on NDTV Hindu. I'm Natasha Doraiswamy. Tonight we bring to you the big news on the murder of 13-year-old Dilshan that took place a week ago in a city army enclave. It's not only that the culprit is behind bars, but there could also be enough evidence to nail him with capital punishment eventually, says the CBCID. Now that's the latest we're bringing to you. First, the headlines. Dilshan murder case cracked. Ramraj remanded to 15 days judicial custody while Dilshan's mother demands maximum punishment. There is clear-cut evidence pointing to ex-army man Ramraj, and based on that, CBCID will seek for capital punishment.
Go prosecute somebody under 302, maximum punishment, capital punishment will be the death, otherwise life sentence.
An executive committee meeting of the AIADMK to be held on July 20th on the backdrop of a complete revamp of the ruling party. Chief Minister has highlighted the 1,449 complaints of land grab received till July 1st and promises a new system. A two-member gang, including a woman arrested for theft of a 4-day-old baby girl from Jipma Hospital. Will the DMK accept the 2 cabinet berths reportedly put forth on offer by the UPA troubleshooter Pranab Mukherjee? And Naren Karthikeyan says it's an illegal cancellation of contract by Hispania Racing his F1 career on another day.
We have a contract, in fact, to do a certain number of races, and the way we see it, it hasn't been fulfilled.
They continue to be reigning champions. They win the Syed Memorial Hockey Tournament. That's the Indian Overseas Bank. Well, those were all the top headlines from the state. Let's also take a look at the National Front. I quit to protect the dignity of my office, Gopal Subramaniam tells NDTV after submitting his resignation. 20 people have died, over 100 injured after Delhi-bound Kalka mail derails in Fatehpur district of Uttar Pradesh. The cabinet reshuffle expected next week. The UPA is trying to broaden its support base by taking in more allies. A day after he began an indefinite fast over allegations of corruption against him, Kumaraswamy decides to end it. And India look to wrap the Windies innings. The hosts lead by 81 with just 4 wickets in hand. A breakthrough now in the Dilshan murder case that shocked the nation last week. Now it's official. It was a retired army officer. Police claim that had shot dead the 13-year-old boy at an army area in Chennai. The CBCID police, which cracked the case, say they'll seek capital punishment now.
Retired Lieutenant Colonel Kandaswamy Ramraj, the man police say shot 13-year-old Dilshan last Sunday because he was picking fruit near his house in the army quarters in Chennai. At first, Ramraj told the police he did not even own a weapon, but when confronted by proof that he had applied for license for his rifle, he confessed. He had shot the boy and thrown his rifle into a river nearby. The police fished out the rifle and arrested him.
The gruesome manner in which it is done and the evidentiary value, it is for the judge to decide. We will be placing for a maximum capital punishment.
And lastly, it's an open and shut case.
It is an open, clear, straight case where we have all the evidentiary value to prosecute him.
Dilshan's parents, still in shock, also want death penalty for Ramraj. There's a pall of gloom at this neighborhood even a week after Dilshan was shot dead. Families now hope that the police would expedite the legal process to get them justice. In Chennai with camera person Anand, Sam Daniel, for NDTV.
News of the state government now. An executive committee meeting of the ruling AIADMK would be held on July 20th at the party headquarters right here in Chennai. The party's presidium chairman, Madhusudanan, will chair the meeting. Remember, earlier AIADMK General Secretary Jayalalitha introduced several changes in the organizational structure of the ruling party for what she called administrative convenience. She combined party districts in Salem and Tirunelveli and reduced the party districts in the state from 45 to 43. She has appointed state ministers and legislators as party district secretaries in many parts of the state. This executive committee bears significance in the backdrop of these changes being made to the ruling party. Now, it's another promise by the Chief Minister Jayalalitha. She today vowed to crack down on land grabbing in the state. The Tamil Nadu police is to set up a special branch in all districts to probe into land grab complaints. Jayalalitha stated the police are sure to investigate and legally return the land to the rightful owners, and claimed that the people know land grabbing and coerced selling was rampant during the DMK regime. She also said that special cells are being created within the Tamil Nadu police in every district and at DGP office to probe these complaints that have been pouring in every day. She exclaimed that 1,449 complaints of land grab were received until July 1st by the state police. Over to another big news now that we will be looking at in the following days. It's becoming increasingly clear that the much anticipated central cabinet reshuffle will now take place within the next few days. Now, the need for the Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh to reshuffle and add to his pack of ministers has been felt after the resignation of Textile Minister Dayanidhi Maran following the CBI naming him in the 2G case, and after Corporate Affairs Minister Murali Deora's offer to quit. Now, the Prime Minister and Sonia Gandhi met yesterday to finalize the contours of the new cabinet. The revamp is expected to be more of a corrective measure for the government that has been under siege over charges of corruption.
This alliance is there. The alliance will continue and it will be strengthened.
Congress's chief troubleshooter indicating that his mission has been at least partly accomplished. Sources say Pranab has offered 2 cabinet berths to the DMK, but Karunanidhi is reluctant to send replacements for Dayanidhi Maran and A. Raja. For the past 2 days, the DMK has been in a sulk following Maran's resignation, and DMK's nominee T.R. Balu is not acceptable to the Congress. But as soon as Pranab signalled that all is well, the Prime Minister and Congress President met for over 2 hours to finalize names for the impending cabinet reshuffle. With Maran's resignation, the proposed reshuffle has now attained a sense of urgency. Sources say the Prime Minister has already spoken to his other ally, Mamata Banerjee, to discuss about the cabinet rejig. Sources also say while deciding on new faces in Team Manmohan, the Prime Minister and Sonia Gandhi will have taken several factors into account. The top 4, Home, Finance, Defence and External Affairs, are unlikely to be disturbed for continuity in policy matters and efficiency. Non-performing ministers need to be replaced by persons having cleaner image. UPA has to fill up the vacancies created by Raja, Maran and Mamata Banerjee. Poll-bound states like UP, where Congress is going all out to revive itself, need to be given more representation. States like Assam, where Congress performed better than expected, need to be rewarded. Sources say the reshuffle could see the inclusion of former allies like Lalu Prasad Yadav, and whether potential allies like Ajit Singh of Rashtriya Lok Dal should be included. The proposed reshuffle comes at a time when the government is facing mounting criticism from the opposition over corruption and a perceived paralysis in governance.
Shame scandal in 2G is no more an ally affair. It is strong Congress overtones. And if it is so malignant, would a simple cosmetic surgery do?
एक के बाद एक मंत्री चले जा रहे हैं, जेल की हवा खा रहे हैं, और कई लोगों ने रास्ता तय कर लिया जेल जाने का, रास्ता उनको पक्का हो गया. ये सरकार क्या करेगी? और रीशफल कोई नया लाएंगे तो क्या होगा?
But amidst all speculation of who is in and who is out, some seem confident that they will board the new cabinet bus.
Will you continue as the law minister in that cabinet?
You have a doubt about it? One thing is clear. This exercise is aimed at finding the right people for the right job. With Rahul Srivastav, in New Delhi, Sandeep Phukan, NDTV.
And staying with the cabinet reshuffle, Assam Chief Minister Tarun Gogoi said that he wants more ministers from his state in the new cabinet.
I want definitely more minister from Assam.
Like any certain portfolios or certain...
Portfolio I can't say, it is dependent on the Prime Minister.
Have you put forward your word across to the...
Definitely, that we always say that we want more ministers. But what type of portfolio, what I can't. This is not a proper for a chief, as nobody can ask me to what portfolio I should give to my minister.
Ahead on the bulletin, it's a tragic day for Uttar Pradesh as a massive train accident leaves 150 people seriously injured at Fatehpur district.